125th, Brooklyn, Atlanta, Orlando, Indianapolis, Houston, and now, Black Ink Radio.
What's good, y'all?
What's going on? Happy Friday.
I know, right? Finally.
It's finally here.
Finally.
What's going on, big homie? How you feeling?
I'm good, never felt better.
I know that's right.
I know.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, I've been waiting for today.
Absolutely.
Because we got a special guest, y'all.
Yes. So we want to welcome everybody to Mold and Clay Podcast, where you can catch us every Friday at 8 p.m.-ish on Black Ink Radio. So this evening, guys, we have a special guest who goes by the name of Helmu. And he is the creator of the Gaily Dose podcast.
Yes.
Welcome.
Thank you so much.
If y'all have not seen his podcast, you guys have to go check it out. But we'll let him give that information later.
Yeah, we had the pleasure
Yes.
of doing a segment on his podcast about a week ago.
Sunday.
Yep. See, about a week ago, and it's actually going to air during Atlanta Pride in October.
Yeah, you guys are in the Pride lineup. Yes, I'm so excited.
I'm so excited as well.
I get a dose of some lesbians on
Yes,
my podcast.
come on, lesbian.
Yeah, I mean, I met you guys. I met you guys at Atlanta Black Pride, right?
Yes, you did.
Yes.
You were the first
Yes.
stranger I met in the room, and lo and behold, here I am.
Yes.
So.
See, you never know who you might run into or
Right.
who you might meet with just a simple
Yeah.
conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm definitely grateful that we were able to
Yeah.
converse.
Likewise,
Yeah.
very much.
All right, y'all. So today, what are we talking about, baby?
So,
Can we get 1 weekend,
That's
Rich?
the hairdo.
It's the hairdo.
Yeah. That was extra
Yeah,
loud.
it's the hairdo.
Yeah, that was extra
So-
loud. You
Extra
gotta get
poppin'.
on there.
I mean, you
Yeah.
know, so we're going to talk about dating. What are we talking about?
We're talking about dating
Oh.
a single parent.
Yes, dating a single parent. I didn't want to mess it up.
So
It's
I
too
think it's 3 against 1 right here, because
Woo,
I think
feeling
it's
it.
3 against 1 because I am the only one who does not biologically have a biological child, and I think I may be the only one that may have dated a single parent, right?
That's.
What do you think?
Have I dated? Not seriously dated. No, I've never seriously dated one. So no, you I don't.
Okay, so let's go, y'all. Y'all gotta help me. Our viewers, y'all gotta help me.
Yeah.
It's 3 against 1. I'm on
It
my own
definitely is.
tonight. I need y'all help.
Yeah.
So let's talk about it.
I never had to play daddy.
You never had to play
I
that?
am daddy.
I hear that.
I am
I
daddy.
hear
But I
that.
never had to play daddy.
I
for
hear that.
somebody else.
Okay.
Well, that's a gift and a curse in the same sense, but we gonna get into it. So, Helmu, how do you feel about? First of all, have you ever dated someone who had kids?
You know, I haven't. I had plenty of kids for the other person. Yeah, I got 3. So, and I usually introduce by saying, "Hey, I got 7," and then you kind of,
Work your way
clarify
down.
Right.
and it's like a plus. They're like, "Oh, just 3, yeah." You know.
Okay, so with you being a single dad and having 3 girls, and being a single dad, you're single, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so y'all hear that, viewers? For my viewers that's watching,
He's single.
Helmu is single, and he got it going on. Okay.
Come on for this fine man over here.
Yes.
You said. Yes.
Oh, so tell us, how has your experience been being a single dad and out here dating?
So I do want to say this. I've been very attracted to men who have kids. So I have actually found myself. They have not necessarily been interested in me, but I find it very attractive. To me, there are qualities that I know a parent has that I think are just really great qualities that humans tend to develop as parents.
Right.
Some people don't, right? Just because you make babies doesn't mean you know how to raise them. And
Absolutely.
You know, but I've definitely met a gentleman or two that I'm like, oh, wow, he's got kids too. Ooh. You know, so
It just do something for you, right?
yeah,
I mean, you know.
yeah. But no, I found that gay men, maybe this is just men in general. You know, kids are a commitment. I think that a lot of men are already commitment concerned in general. You know, not just speaking, because there are plenty of women that are too. And then I find that on top of that, you look at kids, and I think people can be concerned that they're not going to be number one.
I was just going to say
Right,
that.
or
yeah.
they got trauma maybe where their parents weren't great and they didn't enjoy the experience, so maybe they don't want to look at that. So there's a lot of reasons that I actually felt like as a gay man sometimes having kids almost was like akin to what others experience when they have HIV or if they have a disability. It was like something that you kind of have to disclose, right? And
Right.
you have to see, is this person pro or con having kids?
So at what point, that's a great point that you said you have to disclose that information. So at what point do you feel like, okay, let me let them know that I do have children?
So it's interesting, Instagram's like our modern day, like, this is who I am, or Facebook, right?
Right.
And I kind of took it on myself very early. I was like, I don't want to be with someone who doesn't want the
Right.
whole me.
Right.
So my kids have always been a part of my Instagram life, my life, because I'm like, basically, if you can find out my name's Helmut and you look that up, you're gonna see
Right.
some little girls in the picture. But on dating apps though, I don't feel like you need to let everyone know all
Disclose that, yeah.
Your job, they don't need to know all
Yeah.
that stuff initially.
Yeah, dating apps can be a little creepy sometimes.
They
so you
can.
really don't want to put your kids on there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I've done
Don't
it too,
feel
and
safe.
I'm like,
Yeah.
maybe let's just see if you like me first.
Right,
yeah,
right.
Because
Yeah.
I'm the one you'll be dating, not the
Right.
kid.
But see, as somebody that has dated my last 2 relationships, I've dated single parents. You know what I mean? And I honestly feel like when you go in and you date a single parent, like I'm not just dating that woman. I'm dating their children as well. You know what I mean? It's not just her. It's a package deal.
Yeah.
But I had to learn that though. I
That-
definitely did have to learn that.
That is true. That is true. So I said that before. I guess one thing that I found in my own experience, I was with a man for 3.5 years. I did feel like he almost was more into the kids than me. Meaning at the end of it, I was
I can see
wait. So I feel like I'm like, hey, you're gonna be with me. The kids will be accoutrement, or like an additional, right? Like icing on the cake, but I'm the cake.
Right. So you need the cake, and then
Exactly.
once you get the cake, you get the
You get
icing. The
icing.
icing that
Yeah.
come with it.
And it's a
Yeah.
good icing. You guys
Yeah.
met the girls, but
Oh yeah,
Yes,
beautiful.
they
They are
beautiful,
beautiful girls.
yes.
Yeah.
And
I felt the same way being
Yeah.
a single mother.
yeah.
It's kind of hard sometimes dating, and you're a single mother, because you don't know. Having someone come into your life and you have children and your children get attached to that person and it
Right,
doesn't
right.
work out, it's like, dang it.
but see
I
that
should've
goes
thought-
both ways though.
It does.
It goes both ways because
Yeah,
I
it
could
does.
be dating a single parent and then the mom was like, oh, this not gonna work, and then here I am, I have an attachment to the children, and then I'm cut out of their life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
That-
Yeah, I can understand that. That's why when I did kind of date somebody that had a kid, that's what I was going to say earlier. I really didn't interact with the kid that much. And the funny thing is I knew her before. I knew her having a kid. I knew her before starting to date her. But when I started the dating part, it was just like, I'm not even going to interact with the kid because who knows where this is going.
right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I think that's just weird and it's hard because, like you said, what if you do get cool with the kid and it's like, boom, they're not talking to you now.
Yeah.
What's going on? You feel me?
Yeah.
Right. But it is some things that you gotta understand. If you're the person on the outside dating a single parent, like you're not gonna be top priority, and you gotta understand that you're not gonna be top priority. Like the kid's gonna come first, and it's gonna be things that she's not gonna be able to do. Like if you want her to come to the house and stay the night, or if you want to stay the night over there, she may not feel comfortable, or he may not feel comfortable. You know what I'm saying? Having you there with their parent, with their children.
Yeah.
You know.
I feel like it does. It requires the parent to be a little bit more, like it slows the dating process. It did for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like where I was like, okay, no, you can't get all the way as close to me at first because I got to make sure you can see my kids.
Right,
Like we
right.
got to filter crazy out, and crazy shows up in 90 days.
Yes, it does.
And then you're like, oh,
Sometimes 60.
Especially when you put that good thing on them, it may come a little sooner.
yes. But it's interesting, the priority thing, because the hard part, I think, as a parent, you know this, you got multiples too. Priority shifts. One child could become the priority. But it doesn't mean that other kids aren't priority.
Right,
it's just
right.
at the moment. Just like in a marriage, one moment, the other person's 100% of the, all the energy goes to one partner. It doesn't mean the other person's zero. It just, so that's one thing I think is hard for someone that would want to date. You have
right.
to, it's not personal. It's just right now we're putting all of the attention on this kid because whatever.
Yeah.
And also like from my side, from my used to be side, because I'm not in that position no more.
Okay.
You have to deal with how the children feel about that person as well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The children's feelings, I'm pretty sure to that parent is definitely going to be important. So if you bring somebody around and the kid's like, Mom or Dad, I don't know about her or him.
Did you make them vote? Did she get voted on the island?
I got grilled. Do you hear me?
She got grilled.
I got grilled. when I
met.
met the kids for the first time years ago. I got grilled.
But it's like,
Kind of nice.
do you?
You gotta.
But they actually, I was surprised. They actually
She had a
liked her,
panel.
so I was.
Yeah.
I did. I had a panel.
Okay, so who's
It was-
thumbs up?
That's what I felt like, Rich. I was like, I ain't coming over here no more.
See, but and then another bad side is, I remember one girl, like, we never even really got close, but the problem I had was every time her son did something, it's like, can you talk to him? And I did talk to him a few times, and then it was just like, we stopped talking, so now what? Is another guy going to be the guy he gets to talk to? That's not cool, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I was having long conversations with the little boy about certain things.
Yeah.
Just I guess she felt I was smart enough to talk to him, but then it's like, what now?
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? You just took this dude out of his life. We gonna put the next one. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I just it's I guess it's real difficult.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
And it's
what
important
if
to
your
build
kids don't like them?
Right.
Do you stop dating them?
That's a good question for y'all.
I think sometimes though they tell the truth. Like they can't help it. They'll be looking at. I've had a few men that I brought in my life where the girls were like, I was like, okay,
They're like, no.
my mistake.
So
I'm sorry.
how much does that play a part in you making the decision to continue to date that person? What the kids think?
It makes it a major part, really.
And how much of that do you think is selfish of them, or them really looking out for you?
Good point. Because I'm getting all of mommy's time, or I'm getting all of daddy's time,
Right.
and so I don't, or this person is telling me to do this, that, and the other, and I don't want to listen to what they say because I'm so used to it being mommy and daddy,
Right.
or mommy or
'Cause
daddy.
I didn't want my mother dating nobody. I ain't care how good they were.
Yeah, y'all remember you saying that?
Yeah.
He was like, he got to go.
He gotta go. I cried.
Yeah.
Like, who is this nigga? I woke up and he was at breakfast. Who is this?
He was in the house eating
Yes.
pancakes
Yeah, so,
and
yeah.
bacon.
When do you believe them, and when do you say, they just upset that it's somebody new?
Yeah.
I believe my kids. I believe them.
I did too. I usually, they had enough, they could back it up with facts. And then I'd be like,
Okay.
ooh, I just don't want to see that in that person. Usually, I mean, if they
Yeah.
can't back it up with facts, then,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was dating this girl, and kind of find out she was whooping my kids behind my back.
Whoa.
Oh my God, that would.
And I
my
tried to
mind.
kill
Yeah.
her. I tried to kill her. But my kids didn't want to tell me at first.
Oh my God.
And they finally decided to come and tell me. And I was very upset because I'm like, why did y'all wait so long to tell me this? Like, she could have been out the door, you know? Because my kids is my world. My kids are my everything. I'm going to go to jail for mine, you know? And so when they finally told me, it was out the door. Like, it was no questions,
Was
no,
it harder?
let's talk about it.
Was it harder after that then to like let someone back in after? Or
Yeah.
no?
It was.
Yeah.
It was. Because I already had like trust issues and things like that anyway. So when you're dealing with your children and your children have to endure certain things, it's like you don't want to bring something else or somebody else in your life and not knowing how that's gonna go.
Right, it's
you
a
know?
protection mechanism. Yeah. But there are some very positive sides to dating a single parent. Like I feel like, and this is just my experience, I feel like a single parent knows what it is that they want because they don't have the time to waste because they have children. So they don't want to waste time unnecessary time. Like, because if you got to go home and deal with kids, last thing I want to do is waste unnecessary time on a relationship. You know what I mean? So typically, they know what they want. And then again, they're most of them, I'm not going to say all, most of them are nurturing. Like, because they have children. So they have that motherly, nurturing factor about them.
Yeah, like, baby, let me cook for you. You hungry? You hungry? You want something to eat?
I definitely find that though, that nurturing aspect, what happens faster than often I want it to. All of a sudden, I'm parenting someone else. I'm like, well,
You call it parenting.
yeah, because literally you're like, well, let me tell you what you should do. Maybe you try these 5 things.
Yeah.
And I have to turn off the parent, if that makes sense, sometimes in my
it
dating
does.
life.
It does, because sometimes you come in contact with somebody that you feel like you're raising, like you have another child.
Yeah.
Yeah, some people don't do the work, right? So you
Right.
meet people and you're like, okay, cool. Well, this date became a mentorship.
Yeah, that's true.
sad.
So let me ask you 3 this. How long would it take, or how long has it taken in some current before you allow someone that you're dating to meet your children? Or is it on a as-needed
Define
basis?
dating.
Yeah. Dating is like, okay, I got you, help you. Dating is like, I really like this person. I can see myself with this person. So the next step is for them to meet my kids and see how they interact with my children.
Okay. Well, for me, it usually took a while, couple of months. But because my kids, that's why it was so hard for me to really date somebody, because my kids are always with me. When you see me, you see my kids, period. So you're going to know I got some children.
Yeah, it ain't gonna be a surprise.
With a
Ain't gonna be
plural.
no surprise. But I think with you, babe, it didn't take long at all. No, couple of days.
But I think that's normal.
couple of
Couple
days.
weeks.
I
Probably
think that
couple
can be
weeks.
healthy. I mean, I think it depends on the age of the kids and the maturity of the relationship with the parent and
Yeah.
the kids.
Yeah.
The more out you are, right, to your children, and they want mama to find someone.
Yeah.
I mean,
Right, yeah.
I mean, they do if
Yeah.
they get to that place where you just have a good. Because I would say mine was longer when they were younger, and now. I might have a first date, and if someone meets one of my daughters that lives with me right now, she's living with me till she goes to Germany in November. Hey, all right, if you can't handle this, just a little chit chat with her, then
Yeah.
we're probably
We're
not
not
gonna
gonna work.
we're not gonna
Right,
work out.
yeah.
That's so true. That's so true. I think the sooner the better, really, honestly, because you want to give them that opportunity, that other person the opportunity to decide if this is something that they can handle.
Yeah,
And
provided
to do.
those kids are
Old
that
enough.
that they're
School
old enough.
age.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, to where they understand. But yeah, if you can't run now,
So wait. So let me ask y'all how y'all do it. Y'all don't do it like grandma and mama do, to where they bring a man or a woman around and they be like, this your uncle Mickey, this your auntie Jordine. do y'all do that, or y'all just say, this is my friend?
this is my friend. I
Yeah.
think that's that old school stuff.
Yeah, that's the old-
Calling
Uncle, that's
people
what-
uncle.
Hey,
Man, I
They
was
was messing the kids up.
I was calling one of my mama boyfriend's uncle. My Uncle Joe here.
Joe.
And he's still Uncle Joe.
Oh, you met him.
That's crazy.
You met him, baby.
Uncle Joe.
God rest his soul. Yeah,
Right.
you met him.
I'm like,
Yeah.
no, I think that messed the kids up. Like, cause
Yeah.
then when y'all really start dating, they gonna be looking like,
Why
mama
you
dating
feisty?
uncle.
But look,
Uncle Joe in the bed with mama.
Why, yeah, what's up with that?
That's
but that's one thing
inappropriate.
I can never. That's one thing I can say. Out of all my years growing up, my mother has never ever brought a man. Like, a man has never stayed over. You know what I mean? Unless they were dating, like
Like
and that,
serious,
like
serious.
serious, and that
Okay.
was like a move-in type situation if they was serious. You know what I
Okay.
mean?
Yeah.
But I can honestly say that, like, she was old school.
But how old were you when you left that environment? Were you an adult already?
So I was 17. I've been gone
Okay,
from home
okay.
since I was 17.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of feel like, so I'm facing something unique. My 18-year-old moved in with me, so there's a little bit of like, are we cool? Are we adults now?
right. Like, I can
You
talk
do
to you about-
You
yeah.
do you, I do me. Okay, someone coming over. You know. Like,
Yep.
no one's coming over for her. No, not for another 4 years at least.
You got to be lenient.
Mm-hmm.
Look. Yeah.
Did I happen?
Did I meet him? Did I get his name or her
Okay.
name? Or, I don't care. I want to meet him.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
So what advice would y'all give? I'm curious to see what advice y'all would give to someone that's looking or thinking about dating. Because a lot of my friends, I'm just going to be honest, a lot of my friends, they find out that a woman has children and they be like, because a lot of people are selfish. And I'm not saying a bad selfish. They know that it's
know what
about
they
them.
want.
They know that they're in it's my time type mode. You know what I mean? And they know that they don't
But
have.
that's a good thing. They know
Yeah.
that they know that they're in a selfish mode and they just don't want to deal with somebody with kids.
I've seen people pass up a woman that I be like, you know what I mean? Like, dang,
'Cause you
like,
know what that is? That's that only child syndrome.
you think so?
Yes. That's that only child syndrome. Those are the ones who are selfish. They can't take care of nobody else but they self. That's all they used to.
But see,
that's
I
all
don't,
they know.
I don't look down on that because, like
No,
Rich
of course
said,
not,
they
but
know what
that's
they
just-
want. They
that's
don't,
what it is.
you know?
Yeah, but that's
Everything
what it
ain't
is.
for everybody.
Yeah, it ain't. Like,
Yeah.
if you know up front, before you mess with them, I'm like, look, I ain't gonna, nope, I can't do it. I can't date nobody with kids. You know what I'm saying? Then
And
don't
you
do
gotta
it.
respect that though. You gotta respect that because you don't
Yeah.
want them to get with you and then it goes left field. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't want to convince anybody of anything,
Yeah.
right? Like, I don't want to convince a straight man to
Right.
be with me. I don't want to convince, right? Like, that's just, I don't want to convince someone who doesn't want, you don't want that, you know you,
Yeah.
good, do you.
Right.
Because I don't need that up in my house.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A fear that I ran into with dating somebody that has kids already is like, dang, you know, if I wanted kids and she or he be like, damn, I don't want no more kids because I already got them. Like, that's like, dang. You know what I mean? Like, that messes up the chances of you having additional children because they already got kids.
Yeah.
So if I want to have, I've seen plenty of women that tell a guy like, hey, I already got some kids. I don't want no more of them little bastards.
Right.
Not saying that they bastards. I'm just
Yeah.
figuratively
like you
speaking.
said, but that's a conversation in the beginning, and the sad part is some people will continue
Yeah.
knowing that the person said they don't want to have kids, and you know
Yeah.
you want
Yeah.
them, but you'll continue. But that should be like, okay, you know what, this ain't for us.
This ain't for
Yeah.
me.
But some people just don't.
They will stay
Yeah.
keep
and
going.
try to change your mind.
Yeah.
I will say this though, I think I observe it in your all's relationship where you have the joy of children too though. I think some people don't realize there is a little, it's like a little life extra something. Because if you think about life going in your 40s and your 50s and your 60s, if you have children, you have this kind of like connection to the next generation, like built in, right? And
Yep.
all through your 50s, 60s, you're going to have this other experience. So on one hand, I completely respect people who are like, hey, I don't want to dial into that at 6 years old or 7, or when they're going to poop all over you at 2 or whatever. But as you get older, it's kind of nice. Like, it's
Yeah.
something that I'm also like, it's really special.
Right. It
Yeah.
is.
You know?
It is.
And most people don't know that it's special until they actually get in it and they start experiencing having children, whether it's theirs, their child, or not. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't really know that you want children until you actually
Until you have
be with
them.
somebody.
It's true. I
that
didn't
has
want
them
them. I
on-
did not
Yeah, I
want
didn't
them.
want 'em.
And then I got them, and I was like, "Damn, this is the best thing
It's
ever."
so dope. You learn,
Yeah.
like, you love in a different way.
Yeah.
And you learn a lot from your children. Like, me having my bonus kids, they're like you could even tell me that they're not biologically mine. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a different type of love when you have children. It's a different type of, you can't be selfish. Like,
Yeah.
you put your
Well, they're not
everything.
gonna let you be selfish.
Yeah, but you put everything you out the way, and it's all about them.
Yeah.
You know, and you want to be better for them.
You could be selfish. You two choose not to be,
Yeah.
and that's a unique thing to do because you can literally be unconditional with those humans, and there's no reason not to be. It's
Right.
like really unique to get to have that.
Yeah.
Because some parents, I'll be honest with you guys, some people don't do what you're doing, right? Some people are selfish and they don't want to be parents, and they are good parents. But
Yeah.
when you're willing to be risky and be vulnerable with those kids, it's like it keeps giving back.
Right,
You
right.
know?
Yeah.
So do y'all think and do y'all think it's hard? I know y'all gotta take y'all opinion, like y'all put yourself in a single person, in another person's shoes that is looking to date a single person. Do y'all feel like it's hell or it's hard dating somebody with kids, honestly speaking?
I would say no, not for me. Only because I love children. You know, for some reason, kids are just drawn to me. You know, so I don't think I would have an issue with dating somebody with children. I just love kids.
Right.
No matter the age.
Yeah.
I just love kids.
I think it'd be intimidating.
Really?
If I was a
Oh,
single
yeah,
person,
it is.
I
Oh,
think
yeah.
it would be intimidating
Yeah.
because not only you're dealing with, okay, hey, who's he, who's she, but then you're like, and then these other people play in, and like, it's kind of like when you wanted to meet someone at a bar, maybe. If you have to meet someone up in front of their friends, you got to deal with all the friends too,
Yeah,
right?
that's true.
So it's
true.
kind of like
Yeah.
I got to deal with this and all these other the judge and jury, right?
That's exactly
true.
how
That's what
exactly
it
how,
is.
how I looked at it in the beginning.
Yeah,
Judge
that could
and
be
jury.
hard. Oh,
Yeah.
I feel
Like-
bad for all those boys. Because my daughters, they are a judge and jury, but they're good. They're good.
Yeah.
They're quality. So.
Yeah, because you have to work 10 times as hard because you already have to impress the person that you're trying to date. But then again, you have to build a bond
Yeah.
and connect with
And
the
try to
children
impress
as
those
well.
kids, too.
So it's like
And them
triple
kids
work.
giving you a hard time.
Right. And you like, it's just me against 6, 7, 8,
Woo!
5 people. Like,
Yeah, but see, that's something that me and Clay went through in the beginning of our relationship too. We had to go to counseling for it, you
Yeah.
know. So we wasn't always where we are today with the whole kids thing. You know, we had to go get some help
yep.
for that.
Yeah.
you
And it
know.
worked. It worked.
Yeah.
And it helped tremendously. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It definitely did. So, in closing, what advice would each one of you give, since you all have biological children, would you give to someone who's thinking about dating someone who has children but is kind of on the fence?
I would just say, just be patient. Be patient. Think long and hard about if that's something that you really want for your future. Is dating someone with children. If you want kids of your own, take all of that into consideration. But if you decide to be with someone with kids, just be patient because it's a lot.
I would say don't be afraid. Meaning, I feel like a lot of people live too much life in fear. I'd say, love is risky, period.
It is.
But anything worth having is risky. I would say go for it, like do it in love, hope for the best, but what you will know is it's going to be more work, but it will be more love.
Right.
Because ultimately, you will now be loved by 4, 5, 6 people.
That's true.
So you will be tripling or whatever, the
Yeah.
love that you'll
Yeah.
get. So there's an upside to it. So I would just approach it not with fear, but with love.
I totally agree. What do you think, Rich?
I mean, I definitely would agree with both of them, but I would also say, one, remember that this person loves their kids more than anything. Don't forget that.
Right.
You know what I mean? So don't forget what you're dealing with, and to not be selfish about it. And also, like she said, think about if that's something that you want. You know what I'm saying? And just be careful. You know what I'm saying? Like be very careful because kids can add or subtract from the situation.
That's true.
They can make it harder for you to get to this person's heart. They can make it easier to get to the person's heart. Like you said, they can add to the love. They could be, that could be a whole nother. You could be walking into a whole family,
Right.
Yeah.
gaining a family that you didn't even create. You know what I'm saying? You could
Yeah.
just be getting all of this love out of nowhere. But just think about all these things before you get into anything that big and deep, because you could be fucking up the dynamics of somebody else's situation
Right.
by just being selfish because you want this one person, but you might not want everything that's coming along with them. So I would just really think hard about it before I did that.
That's the perfect answer, big bro.
sure
And you actually
was.
just stole my answer.
Sorry.
So yeah, it's all good. That's a perfect answer. I would just say
Thank you.
make sure that's exactly what it is that you want to do, because you got to think about it. You're not just dealing with that person. You're dealing with the children as well. And if you hurt the single parent, guess who got to deal with the effect? The children. They got to deal with their mom or their dad hurting, crying. You know what I mean? Heartbreak. So just make sure that you are prepared, fully prepared. I can say, speaking from experience, that if this is something you decide to do and you decide to date a single parent, man, it's rewarding. It's rewarding. You get triple the love. You know what I mean? So just make sure it is something that you want to do.
Yeah.
So that is our time. So we are going to let Helmut tell you exactly what it is that he does and how you can find him on social media.
Thank you. I work on the Gaily Dose. We're at the Gaily Dose Pod. It is a podcast dedicated to having vulnerable conversations for gay men. We have multiple ages, multiple races, multiple social economic backgrounds across the cast. And we're trying to have vulnerable conversations that we don't often have in the gay world. And another part of that, particularly because I have a Hispanic background, but also I am white. And that's a point of privilege in the rainbow community. And so a lot of our conversation is with people of color, trans, lesbian. Like, we really need to pull the whole community together. And so that's my hope, is to bring that to the gay world, meaning the gay male world, and really make sure that we're taking our position seriously as to what we can do in the community. So
That's
we have
awesome.
fun on there too, and
we do.
talk about fetishes and shit. But
I've seen
we
it.
are gay.
I've listened to a couple of the episodes.
So tell the people how they can find you on social media.
Oh, at the Gaily Dose Pod. And then I'm at Helmut_Smile. That's me specifically. Yeah.
Awesome. So thank you for
you so
joining
much.
us. We
Yes,
appreciate it.
Thank you.
We appreciate y'all tapping into Molding the Clay podcast, where we discuss everything relationship. We will catch y'all next Friday. Peace. Keep God first in everything you do,
Bye.
and He will elevate your path. Y'all have a good weekend.
Black Ink 125th, Brooklyn, Atlanta, Orlando, Indianapolis, Houston, and now